Hey, if it like YouTube, welcome back to another episode. Okay, so I've decided to order some fish online from Nessie's Lair. And in here we have some antheas and some acropora frags and possibly a couple of wrasses. So I'll just go get these temperature acclimated at the moment. Okay, so drip acclimating the fish just now. That's them in there. There's a couple of pintail wrasse and 8 antheas. So really nice. So once they've been drip acclimated, I'm then going to use these 2 buckets, fill them with water from the quarantine tank, and then I'm going to use this rapid quarantine stuff. Good focus. Yep, rapid quarantine. We use this, and that's just going to be like an extra little thing because I've got quite a lot of money invested in the tank now with the fish, so the last thing I want to do is accidentally introduce ick or velvet or something like that. So just going to put them through this rapid quarantine. However, they're still going to go through the main quarantine procedure. I've changed up one of the tanks a little. So I was going to put them in here, but I'm not. They're actually going to be going into this one because they are quite jumpy fish. So this one is like foolproof. I know that there's no way the fish can jump out of this tank. And I've also added some sand into this area for the pintail wrasses. Added an extra filter just for the biological filtration. And I'll probably go ahead and add the other sponge filter that's in this tank as well, and that should be more than enough to be able to handle this, because these are not very big fish, so it should be okay. Right, I'll be back once we get this drip acclimation sorted. So that's all the antheas settled in really nice. They've had a good feed. And the 2 pintails are very small but super cute, and they pretty much just look like antheas at the moment. That's one of the pintails right up there. The other pintail is just hiding underneath or behind the barrel at the moment. But what I'll do is I'll go and get some, oh no, here it goes. That's it there. So that's the 2 pintail wrasses. So really nice. So these fish were purchased online from Nessie's Lair, and the owner Jamie, I have to say, was fantastic and got these fish to me in perfect condition, and they are all eating fantastically well. So what I'll do is I'll go and get some food. I'll get some lobster eggs, I'll throw that in here and give them all a little feed. But it'll be really nice once these guys go through my quarantine, get them into the display, and it'll be a fine change for blue and yellow fish. And I really like these antheas because there's something a little bit different to the lyre tail antheas that you always see. And I'm not really a big fan of the lyre tail antheas just because they're so aggressive and they get really big, and the likes of me having the 5-foot tank. Lyre Tilanthius, if I remember right, they need like 2 square feet each. So in my tank, I'd probably end up with maybe 3 or maybe 4, 1 male and 3 females, and that would be pretty much it. You could put more in, but what you'll find will happen is, especially with the Lyre Tilanthius, I could put like 8 or 10 of them in there, and they'll just kill one another off until it gets down to like 3 or 4 for the size, because they need so much space each. They're just not really a good choice for smaller tanks. Whereas these guys, these are the Marcia, I can't forget the other name, Marcius Anthius, and they're not as bright orange as the other ones, but they're like really nice pink and subtle shimmies of gold and yellow on them. Really, really bonny like. Right, I'm going to go and get some lobster eggs. We'll give them a wee feedie. I'm keeping the water level a wee bit lower, just because I noticed when I was acclimating them and I put them through the rapid quarantine dip, I never had time to actually film it, just because I couldn't find my tripod, and it was just a bit of faffing about, to tell you the truth. So they went through that perfectly, and they're in here, and I'm going to treat this tank with some Prazi Pro, which I'll add to the system tomorrow. Just give them a day or so just to settle in. But yeah, get some of this Prazi Pro in. God, what is it with iPhones? They just don't focus unless you tap the screen. So I'll add some of that in later on. Right, I'm going to go and get the food. We'll be back in a sec. So it's a little bit of food in. See if we can actually be closer to these. So there's one of the pintails. They're both female at the moment, but given time, hopefully one of them will change into a male. Same with the Anthius, they're all female. Got 8 of them. Obviously the most dominant one will eventually turn into a male. And Jamie says that the male puts on quite the show. So that'll be something to look forward to. So that's the new fishes. So I'll go and show you. Picked up 4 SPS frags from Nessie's lair at the same time I ordered this, so I'll show you that just now. Leave these guys to enjoy their meal. So I don't actually have the lens on at the moment. This is one of the frags that I received. Fish are photobombing. So that's really bonny. So here's another one. And the other one. So what I've done is I've just placed them all quite low in the rockwork at the moment, just to let them acclimate, and I've also turned the lights down because the lights were a bit bright. The Salifert flatworm exit treatment that I did totally worked. It's eliminated all those flatworms, so they've all gone. However, it's always the case in this hobby, you use one thing and then you create the perfect environment for something else to sneak into the back door. So I've noticed I've got cyanobacteria coming in now. So there's cyano all over the rocks creeping in various spots. One thing to note though is that the SPS that I've had although they weren't doing very well anyway. I think the flatworm exit treatment's pretty much finished off a few of them. I think this one's going to die. This one's on its way out. That one and that one. To be honest with you, pretty much all the SPS that I had in before, I don't think they're going to actually make it. But we'll see. I'm not going to give up yet. I've turned the lights down, obviously, for the new additions, and we'll hopefully see that they do well. There is a couple of the old ones that are doing okay. That one's okay. This one up the top's okay. But the rest of them are not looking too good. So, I know I said I was going to take a break from corals, but I noticed these on the website and I was getting some fish anyway, so I thought, why not? We'll give them a wee try. And they look super cool, so fingers crossed. So the refugium is flatworm free, thank God, which is brilliant. Now, one of the subscribers had suggested that maybe put a mantis shrimp in here, so it's quite a good idea actually, because it's the perfect environment for one, I suppose. I could just add like a little tube or something, but I'm not sure, because I wouldn't want it to be eating all my blooming microfauna that I'm currently building up in here. Like the rock work and stuff is just starting to get filled with amphipods, which is awesome. I can't wait for the time that I look in here and it's just full to the brim with critters and stuff. I'm looking forward to that. The algae's doing fine. Everything's growing okay. The alva is growing way faster than Cheeto anyway. So that's quite interesting. I've just got a couple of snails in here. There's quite a lot of algae, but I did add the one of the Mexican turbo snails, but then as soon as he was in, I noticed him, he was actually munching on the alva, and I thought, no, that's not what you're in there for, pal. So he obviously thought it was Christmas, so I taken him out and put him back on the display, and I've just got a couple of these other guys, and all they do is munch the algae on the back glass, which is what I want. I want them eating the stuff on the glass, and the blooming algae that's in the tank. So, I think that's it for this episode. Just a quick one with the new additions. I'm just busy tidying up after adding the new fish to the quarantine. I've also picked up, let me get this light, I've picked up this auto feeder. So obviously we're having the antheas, needing fed 3-4 times a day. I thought it'd be a good idea to get one of these, get it hooked up onto the display. I'll probably even hook it up onto the quarantine tank, so at least they'll be getting something and help beef them up before they go into the display tank. And then fingers crossed that everything goes well, because I know antheas can be quite tricky to keep. So we'll see how that goes. We'll get those guys through the quarantine, and it'll be really nice to have a lot more movement going on in here with the smaller fish. So fish wise, I'd like to get some more wrasse. definitely would like to get a blue spot jawfish at some point. Proving hard to come by just now, like, but we'll keep looking. I just hope that when I do get him and he gets into this display, he doesn't steal Lucifer's hole. And there's Lucifer, the hell freaky firefish. That's his home there. So ideally, it'd be perfect if jawfish set up as we see here. That would be ideal. But he'll go wherever he wants, I suppose. So we'll see what happens. Just got to find one first. But that's way down the line. The rest of the fish are doing fantastic. Staple gun. He pretty much comes to this corner. And this is where he gets hand fed. So he's always on the lookout for some munchies. Poseidon, Alcatraz. Poseidon's happy as long as Alcatraz stays on that side of the tank. If Alcatraz goes to that side, Poseidon gets hacked off and chases him off. Alcatraz, he's happy on this side of the tank. If Poseidon goes over here, he gets hacked off and chases him. So it's comical. And then every now and again, you'll see them and they'll be doing like chasing each other, round and round this rock work. And they're not damaging one another. They're just like, it's like a game of chase. It's like they're exercising together. It's crazy. And then you get other times like this. It makes me look like a liar. Poseidon's over here. Alcatraz doesn't even bother. There's no rhyme or reason to when the flipping start chasing in another. It's crazy. Okay, so before we go, I thought we'll give a staple gun a little snack. He's ready waiting for it. He has to be quick because Malibu, she likes feeding out my hand as well, so she sometimes steals it. I don't know, like a staple gun fast as anything. Sorry Malibu, you're too slow there, love. Oh, she got it. Come on. There you go. Okie doke. Right, so that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. We're 5 subscribers away from 4,000 subscribers. So if we could get to 4,000, that would be awesome. And to celebrate the 4,000, I'll do a little giveaway, a free giveaway. But we need to get to 4,000 first. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for watching. Till the next one, bye bye.